All right, the days of Biden continue. Again, I hate having to continue talking about this over and over again. It feels like beating a dead horse. And I said a week ago that I didn't want to continue talking about Biden and the debate performance. But the hits keep coming. It's sort of like after the election. You remember when Hillary Clinton every other day was coming out? I mean, I had to make a video every other day. Coming out and blaming somebody for her loss. Like she blamed female voters. She blamed people of color, colored people. Democrats inverted that term really well and foisted it on people and made them think that it was woke, which is hilarious. They did that successfully for the most part. She blamed the DNC. She blamed the DCCC, etc., 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 on down the line. There's like dozens and dozens of different people and groups that were responsible, everyone but her. And it got boring after a while, and I said, I'm no longer going to even talk about this. It's like with Biden's gaffes. When he falls down, okay, if you're tripping over the stairs every other day, I can only make so many videos on the topic. But we have to talk about one extremely funny incident here with Mark Levin. He's a member of Congress, a Democrat. He was on a Zoom call the other day with the, I can't remember the name of the PAC. It's basically a group of Hispanic Democrats. And he was supposed to sort of end the meeting, you know, on a light note. Link in the description, archived, of course. The meeting was supposed to end. But then he persisted, and he did exactly what he did at the NATO summit. He did exactly what he did at his rally the other day. Biden did the run-on sort of thing. He's compensating for his crushing debate loss, and it was crushing. I mean, even CNN's audience understood that, and they definitely leaned to the left. He's trying to compensate by interacting more with people, hoping to have a positive interaction, of course. This was not a positive interaction. What ended up happening? Mike Levin came out straight up on the Zoom call and told Joe Biden that he should stand down. Yes, yet another politician is saying, look, you need to quit. Awkward, and this has happened repeatedly. There are several House Democrats right now that won't endorse him. Hakeem Jeffries is one of them. He will not explicitly endorse Biden. He's not calling for him to stand down, but he's not really propping him up either. This is happening among more and more people on the liberal side of politics. You've lost Nate Silver. You appear to have lost Mike Levin, I'm supposing. Several other members of Congress. Hakeem Jeffries won't explicitly endorse you. Scuttlebutt is that Schumer's not necessarily aboard, although again, that's the anonymous source shuffle, so I tend to ignore that. You've lost all sorts of commentators. I mean, you've lost half of the liberal legacy media. For 3 years, they circled wagons around Joe Biden, and they declared that if anyone challenged his cognitive capabilities in any way, they were a conspiracy theorist. I don't see them doing that right now. It's basically like they wanted him to step aside anyway, and they're just taking the opportunity because he handed them finally the ammunition that they needed to flip on him, that he refuses to stand down. This is hilariously awkward. I want to see the actual full Zoom call itself. I'll have to look that up later because I imagine it's probably, I mean, at that point, it's even worse than the debate. Now, I'm on a Zoom call with people from my own political party. One of them decides to haul off because I'm so stupid that I don't realize, hey, they're probably urging me to get off the call for a reason. You know, this is over. Okay, Mr. President, you've made your point. You seem coherent and everything's fine. Oh, Mike Levin out of nowhere. God, it's going to be fucking hilarious. And it keeps happening. It's like every morning when I wake up, I'm like, I wonder what Biden-related news I'm going to see today. I don't want to devolve into the Biden channel or anything like that because, you know, there are things that are more meaningful to talk about, like grass growing, gardening, mushrooms, there's the kitty, something like that. Things that are much more interesting to me anyway. Joe Biden is basically, his goose is cooked politically, so he's almost a non-entity at this point. But he keeps coming out and making the same mistake. And I have a feeling that a combination of Jill Biden and certain corporate heads are behind this. They keep encouraging him to go out there, be personable, don't worry, Joe, you're perfectly fine, just talk to the people, bring your message to them. What does he do the other day? Orange man bad. I got several links sent to me, actually, with regards to that. They're like, oh, hey, Sticks, you were right. That's what his campaign is devolving into. It's basically, Donald Trump's going to come for your democracy, and we're going to beat him. Okay, what's your platform? What is your alternative to Donald Trump? Can I please hear about that? Because other than, the things that I've actually seen you do, I don't really have a clue. I know you want to raise taxes and start another couple of wars, but, that's not exactly the most enthralling candidacy I can think of. This is hilariously awkward. By the way, if this happened to Donald Trump, legacy media would be front page news across the entire world right now, and it would be all anyone would talk about for the next week. Instead, I had to get news tips from other people. It's not exactly getting posted on CNN. You have a Zoom call in which, and you're live on the Zoom call, so it's extra awkward. The questions are pre-scripted, but then somebody goes off the script because you choose to spend too long on the call and gets a little word in edgewise. My goodness, how terribly it's going for Joe Biden right now is phantasmagorically hilarious to me. That's about all. Peace out.